Happy to be here. So I'm representing the Flour Milling Association of Nigeria, and I think, which is familiar to a lot of the other panelists here. Just wanted to quickly run through our work. The association includes all the major mills in Nigeria, including flour mills of Nigeria with Golden Penny and Maikwabo, with Olam, the Crown and Dangote brands, with Honeywell, Dufil, and Light Flour. Our top priority is to buy as much local wheat as possible. And we see the big challenge for that is increasing farmers' yields. I think, as other panelists have pointed out, we really need to increase yields. The Honorable Danagundi mentioned increasing productivity by 70%. Dr. Bassi also mentioned the need to increase yields to at least 3 tons per hectare. This is something we've also seen in our work, the need to get yields up to 3 to 4 tons per hectare to make this really attractive for farmers. The only way we get more farmers growing wheat sustainably is with higher yields. You can temporarily subsidize them, but a sustainable increase in wheat production requires wheat to be profitable for farmers. So that's where our interventions are really focused. So this season, we are focused our work in Jigawa, Kebbi, and Kano. We have 5 LGAs we've identified in each state that are particularly favorable for wheat production, where there's some experienced farmers. We right now have collection points set up in each of these 15 LGAs to buy any wheat that farmers are able to bring to us. We have been providing training at all of these locations since October for farmers in those communities. We're currently in partnership with Tractor on the Go, providing combine harvesting services, as well as threshing services to farmers. And those are available to any farmer, and they can repay with grain. Now that also includes our outgrower program. So our outgrower program is in the same areas. We provided input loans to farmers of quality seeds, of fertilizers, and agrochemicals, and have been guaranteed to buy from these farmers, deducting the cost of those inputs. We also are collaborating with 3 different seed companies to try to encourage the supply of wheat seeds. So many seed companies, unfortunately, stopped producing seed due to lack of demand from farmers and due to some government contracts that were not fulfilled. So we have committed to offtake from them, provided them with foundation seed in order to produce high quality seed. Specifically, we're working with Rahama, Premier Seeds, and Greensport Agri. And then we're also collaborating on the research front with Lake Chad Research Institute, as has been discussed. We have a research farm currently in Jigawa where we're testing varieties from Simit, from Jakarta, and other locations, in addition to agronomic practices. So coming to the points of how do we increase yield, a big part of this is better seeds. And I want to echo what most all of the panelists have said so far. We need more varieties of seed. It's not that we want just a seed variety for Nigeria. We need different varieties depending on a farmer's situation. So if a farmer is trying to rotate rice and wheat, they need a really fast duration seed variety. For some farmers, the geography may be a little bit different and the climate's a little bit different. And practically, we have different food products we create with wheat, and those have slightly different quality requirements as well. So we want to really rev up that seed research and release process. And I think we see a clear need for much greater funding and investment in research and development with respect to seeds. A second area that's quite important, which hasn't been touched on as much, is the need for more agricultural extension. So this is training farmers about the right time to plant seeds, about when to apply fertilizers and what kind. This, I would say, has almost as much impact on the yield as that seed variety does. We see where farmers plant actually, say, in early November versus in December, makes a huge difference in their yield. It can be the difference between this crop being quite competitive and profitable and being just subsistence. And so we need really much greater funding to the state ADPs to train farmers during the dry season on the proper techniques for growing wheat. And now, once we are able to get yields up with that extension and better seed quality, then our next step is really the expansion of irrigated land. So we only have a few 100,000 hectares of irrigated land today, and as the the panel also mentioned, we need millions of hectares of irrigated land to be able to grow our wheat consumption all locally. So we have a big gap there that needs to be filled, and irrigation is a long-term investment, and we want to start that now. And irrigation is helpful for many other crops as well. That investment wouldn't be just for wheat, so that's something we also really need. Finally, I'd like to echo the need for a national stakeholders forum, a national plan on wheat. This is something wisely mentioned by Alhaji Salim, president of the Wheat Farmers Association, also by the Honorable Danagundi. This is also something that was called for by the Deputy Governor of Kano during our Wheat Farmers Field Day there in February, also during the National Wheat Stakeholders Forum that we organized in November. Each of these times, people are calling for this national plan on wheat, a body to come together and be clear about the roles of each stakeholder in the wheat value chain to achieve these ambitious but very vital goals of reducing wheat importation. So I'd just like to echo that as well. So in closing, I think we are really looking forward to partnering with other stakeholders, both in the private sector in terms of seed companies, mechanized services companies, as well as in the public sector with ADPs, with research institutes, and eventually also with the Ministry of Water and other irrigation providers. And we think that wheat production can be significantly improved in the country, and we are ready to offtake all wheat that is available. One final point I would like to bring up, which is about data. We are also working with stakeholders, including the ministry and CBN and the National Bureau of Statistics, as well as other stakeholders, to try and get some good wheat statistics. We don't have any official numbers on wheat statistics in the country, unfortunately, which makes it really difficult to measure the effect of all of the interventions that people are taking, and also to plan for future seasons. And so that's something that the Milling Association is supporting this season, but we would also look to the federal government in the future to be able to provide support for data as well. So let me leave that there, and I hope